Oftentimes, our self-imposed barriers constrain the human mind. The truth is that reality extends beyond what we merely see or touch. It encompasses our emotional interpretation, forming an intricate symphony of perceptions. Desire reflects our inner self and is the driving force within us, closely tied to the clarity and purity of our will. Without desire, our will is like a flame deprived of oxygen. However, an authentic desire, devoid of ego and material ambition, can guide us towards the enlightenment we seek. Meditation possesses the profound ability to unite us with our fourfold self. Within this expanded realm of consciousness, many individuals perceive only a limited version of themselves and the world. Through meditation, they come to recognize that they exist not solely as a physical body, but as a soul transcending time and space. Some have even witnessed events before their occurrence in our three-dimensional reality. If humans can foretell events in our spatial dimensions, it suggests the existence of a preconceived plan that originates in another dimension and subtly influences our earthly realm. Such foreseen occurrences, logically situated beyond our world, must be predetermined for those awakened within our three-dimensional reality. Can we then alter our future? Indeed, humans possess the capacity to reshape their future. Once it undergoes transformation, it reorients, setting a new course from the point of change. This future aligns with the alteration, unveiling the enchantment of human destiny rooted in adaptability. Beliefs and emotions wield a greater influence over us than our actions. Our self-image forms the bedrock of our existence, shaping our actions and experiences in reflection. Should we cast ourselves in a new light, our actions naturally adjust, thereby steering the trajectory of our future. As our life path undergoes shifts, our self-image evolves in tandem. It is crucial to recognize the profound impact of underappreciated attitudes and acknowledge our innate creative power, as every transformation commences within our consciousness. The future, even when meticulously planned, remains a realm of myriad possibilities. Each decision we make places us at the intersection of destinies, where we must choose from the many potential futures before us. In our perception, we each hold two distinct worldviews, one rooted in the material earthly realm, the other in the spiritual domain. Ancients often referred to these as the carnal mind and the mind of Christ. We can envision them as our everyday consciousness, which relies on our senses and imagination, driven by our deepest desires. This duality becomes evident in the statement that the natural man fails to comprehend the spiritual aspects of the divine. To our earthly perspective, reality is confined to the immediate present, while the past and future appear as abstract concepts. In contrast, the spiritual vision transcends such limitations, grasping time as an integrated whole, where past and future are as tangible as the physical objects that surround us. From this elevated vantage point, the past and future coexist in the present moment. What might seem abstract and subjective to the earthly observer becomes real and palpable to the spiritual seeker. Often, our reliance solely on our physical senses constrains our vision, rendering us blind to the intangible. To truly behold the invisible, we sometimes must shift our focus away from sensory evidence and immerse ourselves in the intangible, using our feelings and visualization until it assumes the same reality as the physical world. Profound concentration can effectively shield us from distractions and fully immerse us in a desired reality. The key to envisioning this reality lies in directing our focus toward the intended state. Shifting our attention away from the sensory world and channeling it into the realm of the unseen enhances our spiritual vision, enabling us to perceive beyond the tangible. Throughout existence, those who actively seek it can unmistakably discern the invisible. This unique ability to perceive transcends reliance on our physical senses. Thus, nurturing and esteeming it is essential. Without it, access to spiritual truths remains elusive, as they are exclusively comprehended through this elevated perspective. Through persistent practice, we unearth astonishing power. By harnessing our imagination, we can craft our future in harmony with our desires. Desire serves as the omnipotent impetus driving all our actions, for without it, we would remain inert. Every choice and action we undertake is spurred by the predominant desire residing within our hearts. When we conquer an addiction, it's the overpowering desire to overcome it that prevails over the inclination to retain it. The desires that propel us are those capable of arresting our attention. In essence, desire signifies the acknowledgement of a deficiency, a missing element that could enrich our existence. At its core, each desire seeks personal gain, with the intensity of the desire rising in tandem with the anticipation of rewards. No genuinely noble, selfless desire exists without a perceived benefit on the horizon. When desire wanes, action loses its fervor and dissipates. In the interplay between the spiritual and earthly aspects of our being, desires become the communicative bridge. Progressing in life and achieving our aspirations hinges on our prompt and unwavering response to this inner call. Swiftly heeding this call is akin to instantly embracing the fulfillment of the desired goal. To desire something is, in a sense, to already possess it, echoing the wisdom of Pascal, who remarked, "You wouldn't have sought me if you hadn't already found me." By embracing the sensation of an accomplished desire and acting with that unwavering conviction, we reshape the future in harmony with our belief. Our convictions wield the power to actualize what they affirm, and as we internalize the sensation of an accomplished desire, our fourfold self orchestrates the means to materialize it, unveiling the pathways to transform this desire into tangible reality. Imagining how we would feel if our objective were already achieved offers an unequivocal route to manifest our desires. This imaginative experience not only fosters the realization of our desires, but also paves the way for their tangible actualization. With its expanded vision, our fourfold self skillfully orchestrates the essential elements required to attain the coveted outcome. Nonetheless, an unseasoned mind may struggle to embrace a state that contradicts sensory perceptions. Yet, there exists a method that empowers us to foretell events before their occurrence, enabling us to invoke the unseen as if it were an existing reality. Many tend to underestimate the potency of this seemingly straightforward technique, though its discovery emerged after years of thorough investigation and experimentation. The initial stride in reshaping the future involves cultivating a lucid desire. One must precisely discern what they seek, then visualize an event that symbolizes the realization of that desire, positioning themselves as the central character in this scene. The subsequent phase entails relaxation of the body to a state bordering on slumber. Seated comfortably with closed eyes, the focus shifts to the intended action. One should envisage themselves entirely engrossed in this activity, as if it unfolds in the here and now. It is of paramount importance to emphasize that the envisioned action should directly emanate from the fulfillment of your desire, and you should immerse yourself in this experience until it attains a level of vividness and tangibility akin to the physical world. As an example, consider the scenario where your aspiration revolves around securing a promotion at work. One plausible event symbolizing the realization of this desire would involve receiving congratulations. Upon selecting this specific action for visualization, the next step is to induce a state of relaxation, approaching the threshold of drowsiness, all while retaining command over the direction of your thoughts. In this tranquil yet alert condition, envisage a co-worker standing before you. Extend your imaginary hand and perceive the tangible firmness of their handshake in your mind's eye. Engage in an imaginary conversation that aligns with the desired action. The pivotal shift lies in not viewing yourself as a detached observer from an external vantage point, but in being entirely present in the moment, as if you are experiencing it here and now. This transition, from mere observation to active involvement, makes all the difference. It effectively bridges the gap between a distant reality and the present moment, uniting the dimensionally higher world with our everyday three-dimensional existence. This fusion of space and time holds tremendous significance. The contrast between genuinely participating in an action and merely watching oneself perform it defines the boundary between success and failure. To grasp this concept, consider visualizing yourself climbing a ladder. With your eyes closed, envision a ladder right before you and authentically feel yourself ascending. The combination of desire, physical serenity on the verge of slumber, and immersive imagination where you experience the present moment here and now proves not only pivotal in shaping the future, but also serves as indispensable conditions for the conscious projection of your spiritual self. As our physical body remains in a state of stillness, our receptivity to embarking on actions becomes heightened through the practice of envisioning ourselves actively engaged in those actions in the present moment. By firmly holding this imaginative scene in our consciousness until sleep gradually envelops us, we open the gateway to potentially awakening outside of our physical body. In this state, we may discover a more expansive realm, where we experience what we once desired and visualized in the material world with heightened perception. However, whether we awaken in this alternate plane or not, it's essential to recognize that the action we've envisioned is indeed being executed in the fourth-dimensional world, and eventually it will manifest in our three-dimensional reality. My own experiences have underscored the significance of selecting a specific imaginative action, refining the concept into a singular act, and persistently repeating it within our minds until it assumes a palpable reality. Failure to maintain focus can lead to scattered attention, drawing us into a labyrinth of diverse images and associated thoughts, which in mere moments can divert us far from our initial objective, leaving us lost within the vast expanses of imaginative space, seemingly distant in time. For instance, if we decide to visualize ourselves climbing a specific section of a ladder, an action likely to ensue upon the fulfillment of our desire, we should exclusively concentrate on this particular climb. In case distractions emerge, it becomes imperative to redirect our focus back to the envisioned action, repeatedly running it through our minds until it feels as tangible and genuine as the physical reality that surrounds us. The ultimate aim is for this visualization to transpire effortlessly, with the sensation of our realized wish naturally saturating our thoughts. Entering a state of drowsiness can significantly aid in this process, as it eases the flow of effortless attention. However, it's imperative to avoid plunging into complete slumber, a state where control over our attention wanes. The optimal condition resides in a gentle relaxation, where we retain mastery over our thoughts. An even more potent method for materializing a desire involves immersing body and soul in the sensation of its accomplishment. In a deep state of relaxation, one can repeatedly recite concise phrases symbolizing the fulfillment of that desire, effectively adopting a mantra-like approach. For instance, phrases such as "thank you" can be employed as if we are expressing gratitude to a higher force for having already granted our request. However, if our aim is to consciously project ourselves into a more expansive plane, it's vital to persist in the envisioned action until sleep encompasses us. Within this imaginative experience, feel with utmost vivacity the sensations of having your desire realized, mirroring the vividness of actual reality. With time, you will observe this manifestation in the physical world, just as you initially experienced it within your mind. Empower your mind by instilling premises, statements you consider true, even if they may seem unreal to the senses. By persisting in these premises until they assume the weight of reality, they will materialize as truths in your life. Once a premise is adopted, It mobilizes the necessary resources to transmute it into actuality. Imagination stands as the bedrock of faith and hope, representing a tool within each of us more potent than all the world's weaponry combined. It embodies our innate capacity to imagine, dream, and desire. Through this innate ability, we hold the potential to craft any reality we desire. Imagination serves as the lens through which we envision our future, and it's paramount not to allow it to be clouded by fears and doubts. Maintain its clarity, consistently aligning it with your aspirations. Cultivate the aptitude to visualize, believe, and desire, for this is the blueprint of creation. Through it, you will not merely shape your future, but emerge as the master of your own destiny.